Why is this whole effort important?
So for me, I as a poet, I write continuously from a stream of thought, and I, as an artist, have never been given the opportunity to sit down and pick someone else's brain for the idea of creating poetry. When I attended the workshop, and it was completely by accident that I found it, and I was so interested, and I managed to talk to you about it before I came, was the opportunity to sit as a student in a forum, in a realm that me myself, not being somebody with a science background, would be afforded the opportunity to sit with, was a dream, and really an opportunity that was would have been horrible to miss. But I got to sit with somebody with the know-how and the information that enabled me to give all of the back wheel knowledge so I could create the front wheel poetry. And if there's anybody who listened to that poem who took anything from it at all, I'm really passionate about climate change, but I was not part of the informed, and now I feel if I've taken even one step towards being the informed, that's a huge step. And if one person listened to my poem and then takes another step forward, how many steps forward can the informed in climate change take?
And when you say informed, you mean people who are informed to understand that change currently, although it historically has been impacted by numerous factors, that today it is really entirely driven by man-made gases.
Yeah, by our need for convenience and the things that we do and how they actually practically reflect on climate change, as opposed to knowing that driving a petrol car is bad, or that beef is bad. Having an idea of the practical changes and how the smartest people in the world are figuring this out. It's not just a blank 2D image now. There is depth to the things that I'm reading about, because people have sat with me and informed me, and I have turned that into a creative endeavor.
And it's interesting because you have sat with Robin Lamble, who's an IPCC physicist, but the person you're really talking about in the workshop was a high school chemistry teacher.
Yeah, Tom was fantastic, and then to talk to Robin about it as well at Climate Slam, but sitting there and being able to pick Tom's brain was fantastic, and seeing how excited he was at him giving me knowledge and then seeing it written into a poetic form was fantastic, because I'm sure that there's no other situation that would have let our paths collide.
So the reason that I find that really helpful and encouraging is because every secondary school's got chemistry and science teachers.
Yeah.
This could just, the resources are there.
Yeah.
You've got the science guys, you've got the English, the language arts guys, or we could bring in the language arts guys to work with the science guys that are in every school, maybe to show the language arts people who are there how to work with them.
Yeah. And that's the ground of it, is that if these people aren't communicating, what can we put in place to make them communicate? And if it is as simple as putting poets in the room with scientists and then telling a kid that poem and him hearing it and going, wow, that's amazing, that was really engaging, can I learn more?
Maybe I should listen to this science teacher.
Maybe I should listen to this science teacher.
The winner of the Climate Slam with a whopping